When I originally played Disney Speedstorm, I was appalled by it. I was straight up disgusted that a game like this could exist. The art style looks ugly. Characters are just so slightly off model that it looks unsettling. The gameplay is so whatever. But then I had to get the footage for this video, and it gained like 1 or 2 appreciation points. I still think the game is bad. So to start this endless list of things that I hate, let me talk about the things that I think are good in this game. The controls itself are tight. Like, it feels nice to play. It feels like a racing game, as a racing game should, except for the drifting. I think the drifting sucks in this game. The music, a lot of it's pretty nice. I mean, they're just references to other Disney songs, so I mean, obviously they're gonna sound good. They're just ripping off shit that already exists. And there's like 1 or 2 good actual track designs in this game. Like, a lot of it just looks so boring because it all has this same stupid art style of like kind of realistic but not really. And that is about the extent of all the things that are okay in this game. Now let's talk about everything that I fucking hate about this game, which is everything else. Just to rip this band-aid right off, it's a gacha game. You have to spend money to get the characters, and you're not even rolling for the characters, you're rolling for shards, which you need like 10 or something shards to unlock one character. And you only get like one of these at a time. It's so stupid. And of course, like, you could spend real money to get this gacha, or you can play the game for like 10 plus hours to finally get enough in-game credits to do the role for free. But I don't feel like there's anything in this game worth playing to begin with. So why would I do that? The single player mode is just mission-based tracks. You just do good in the race and complete objectives while you're doing it to get rewards. It's like the most basic mission-based mobile bullshit that you can think of. The character designs, like I said, some of them look fine, but a lot of them are just off-model, and a lot of them look straight up ugly. Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it like Disney law or some shit that every time Mickey Mouse himself is on screen, that the silhouette of his ears and his head should be visible? Why are his ears so fucking angular? Like, I get it if you're trying to do, like, Disney Infinity. Oh, they're toys. They're supposed to look angular. Yeah, okay, Disney Infinity Mickey has rounded ears, okay? Why does Mickey in this game have fucking rigid, angular ears? It doesn't make sense. That's a nitpicky thing, I'll admit. That's just me, like, talking shit, nitpicking about the fucking game. But, like, honestly, why? The actual kart designs, if you can call them karts, it's not really a kart racer. It's more like a Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing kind of game, where it's not a kart racer per se, it's a item-based racer, because they're not karts, they're on street cars, and it plays more like a street racing game than it does a kart racing game. You know, I know that sounds fucking nerdy bullshit, but there is a difference. There's a difference between playing Mario Kart and Need for Speed. This is a Need for Speed game, not a Mario Kart game. But like, back on the kart designs, I guess I should say, instead of giving each characters like a unique car to match their character, it depends on what franchise they're part of, if that makes any sense. Like, Mickey and Friends, they all drive the same stupid shit. Monster Inc. characters, they all drive the same stupid shit. Hercules characters, they all drive the same stupid shit. Toy Story characters, they all drive the same stupid shit. You get my point. It's just copy and paste, they drive this thing. The only difference is that you can customize certain parts of it, but that extends to, like, oh, the spoilers have a different design. Oh, the colors are different. Oh, the tires have a slightly different design. That's literally it. And if that makes a difference in the racing, I don't know, because as far as I'm aware, the only actual defining difference between each character is that every character has a different item pool. And I'll give the game this. The way they do the items is interesting, albeit I wasn't aware of it until my second try at this game. So you can use the items normally and they function as you think they would. except for this fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck this is. Apparently it turns you invisible. Okay. But there's also a charged version of the item where if you hold the item button down, it does a different thing. This is interesting. I do think this is interesting because it gives more uses out of one thing, and it gives more warrant to having different characters using different item pools. It makes sense, and it's interesting, and it creates more of a dynamic item-based race experience, you know? However, I don't like the items themselves. The items themselves, I don't feel like are helpful in catching up either way. Because when you're playing the single player mode, like, the AI is so stupid easy that there's not even, there's no way you can lose unless you were trying. In multiplayer, people are out here for fucking blood, alright? I think you need to get through a little bit of the single player in order to play multiplayer. But the multiplayer is probably the best aspect of this game because, like, you can just go in and out of races so fucking fast, and there's people playing. It's cross-play, so there's always people playing, apparently. And you can always find a game. But there's a lot of things in the game that are supposed to help you catch up, but I don't feel like it's helping at all. For example, there's a manual boost option. I don't feel like this boost helps at all. Like, I feel like it doesn't do anything. I feel like the boost is more of a feature to help you go off-roading than it is to actually help you catch up. Because you go really fast in this game, and the races end really fast too. They're only 2-lap races, and the tracks are like, some of the tracks are super small. So when I have an issue of not being able to catch up because my character's item pool is more offensive than it is helping me speed up, I feel like there's a problem there. And there's also a mechanic where you can flick the right stick and the character will, like, shove the car in that direction, and you can use this to, like, knock people over. People do that a lot in multiplayer, and it is actually devastating. Like, getting hit by anything in this game is such a huge detriment because you literally stop in your tracks. So if you're just not on top of anything, even at the very beginning of the race where no one has items, if you're not on top of it, you're going to eat shit. Can we just talk about how, like, this doesn't even look Disney? Like, it feels more so they put Disney characters into a Need for Speed game. Like, this is not a Disney game to me. It doesn't feel Disney. It definitely feels Disney because, you know, it's gotcha, and God, Disney needs to make their money. I just feel like when you look at the game, you don't initially think, wow, Disney. This doesn't look Disney. Like, there's a fucking track called Toon Village. Look at it. Just look at how this doesn't look like a cartoon. It's fucking Toon Village. That's what I'm talking about, like, this fucking art style. It is so ugly. It is so ugly to look at. The gameplay itself is okay. Like I said, the controls feel tight. It plays like a racing game as you expect, so it's fun to play occasionally, but after long periods of time, I'm just thinking to myself, why aren't I playing a better racing game? Why am I not playing Mario Kart? Why am I not playing Sonic All-Stars Racing? Why am I not playing Crash Team Racing? I could be playing any of these, and this fucking Disney game, that should have been really good. Like, this should have been the Mario Kart of Disney. Instead, it's just not. It's not that. It's just, it's so offensive. Like, I'm offended by this game. And that's weird to me because I'm not a Disney adult. Like, I'm not, like, going out of my way to, like, praise Disney or watch Disney movies or anything like that. But I feel like these properties should be respected more than how this game is treating them. If the art style is supposed to mimic them being toys, kind of like Disney Infinity, why the fuck do the Toy Story characters look like that? If you like this game, I guess that's fine. Like, I can see the appeal, but also at the same time, there's so much stupid shit with the game. Why would you just not play a better racing game? Honestly. There's so many fucking racing games out there. A lot of them are really fucking good. Yet you choose to play this. I'm not judging, but I am judging. I think this game is a fucking joke. I'm not shitting on the dev team because I'm sure they had a lot of like company mandates in order to even get this game out. I feel like there could have been something better out of a Disney racing game. I don't like Disney Speedstorm. I get this game is free to play, or just recently became free to play. It's so weird because I feel like when this game first came out, I thought it was free to play, and every time I looked at it on the Steam store, it said free to play, but when I clicked on it, there was only a fucking starter pack option to buy, which was like 20, 30 something dollars. I don't remember. But only just recently it became free to play, and now I've actually been able to play it, and now I'm like, this game sucks. I can't believe I waited for this to become free to play just to be disappointed. I love racing games. I think racing games are so interesting and cool in how different each of them feel. This one is definitely different, but not in the good way. Like, holy shit. Dude, just whatever. I got my point across. The game's bad. Why are you still watching this?